What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the KO MP-10S Sleep Mode Optimus Prime. So this is a KO of the original MP-10 Masterpiece Optimus Prime, and they actually never released an official sleep mode. We got one with the MP-01 series. There was MP-4 was S, came out with the S version, and we never really got one after that. So this KO company decided to make a whole bunch of colors. I am not one for Optimus Prime repaints. I actually don't have any Optimus Prime repaints, but this one kind of appealed to me because I'd like to have a little display with a sleep mode Optimus. If you don't know, he died in the movie, and this is representing that moment, that scene in the movie. But it's got some really nice colors on it. I got this from Uncle Billy's shop. Not advertising for them, just letting you know because people are going to ask me. It was available on Show-Z store a while back, and then it sold out, and then some showed up on Uncle Billy's store, and then it kind of disappeared again. So if you're lucky, there might be still some left on Uncle Billy's store, but that's up to you. It does come with this collector's card. It is individually stamped. I think I have number 249. The number is a little bit faded, but they're individually numbered. I don't know how many are out there. I asked a few people what number they got. It seems to be the highest number out there is 500, but I have to imagine they made more than 500 of these, so I don't really know. But it is a very nice quality card. It's not paper, it's plastic. It's stamped, and it looks pretty cool. It is a KO after all, but let's take a look. It's got some really nice paint on it. So this brown you see, it's a brownish gray, is paint. The light white or beige is also paint. So you see that pretty much everywhere. All the accents are done in that beige color. This damage is a new detail. They never put out an MP-10 with this damage on it. So they created that, and it's painted pretty nicely. It's done well. Got the translucent yellow here. More gunmetal paint here on the vents, more of that beige paint down here. Blue paint on the die-cast for the feet. Feet are still die-cast like the original. Here's the back. Exact copy of MP-10. We'll see the vehicle mode. I am going to transform it so you can see what it looks like. But overall, pretty nice deco. And then a little bit of yellow here for the lights on top, even though they're a little bit faded, which makes sense, right? They should be faded. Let's go over the articulation. The head was a little bit loose out of the package, the up and down especially. All I did was tighten the screw back here, and then it was much better. So it goes down to there, up to there, and then rotates all the way around. So it's on a rotating swivel. The neck panel itself also moves up and down, so you can get the head way down or way up if you use that panel in addition. Shoulder rotates around. It's a little bit loose. Everything's a little bit on the loose side. Not overly loose, but a little bit. You get a reverse butterfly, just like the original. It goes, if you pull it outwards, you can get it up to there on an extension joint. Rotation at the bicep. Single jointed elbow gets you 90 degrees. This joint was also loose. I had to tighten that screw right there. Rotation at the wrist. You have a single separate finger. The rest of the three fingers are together and curled. They fixed this problem on the original MP-10, if you don't remember. It wasn't pinned, so now they've pinned the pointer finger so it doesn't fall off. So you can point and not have any issues, so that's nice. Nice little fix. You have a waist rotation, no ab crunch. Back then we didn't get ab crunch on these figures, so legs kick up to there, hindered by its own sculpt. And that was a problem with MP-10, so no different here. Back to there, out to the side on friction, nice tolerance on that. Rotation of the thigh around a universal. 90-degree bend at the knee. Ankle tilt, forward and backward. This was also loose, so I recommend tightening those two screws as well. So all the same articulation you got with the original. I would just say a couple of loose joints, but tightening those screws seem to have helped with that issue. Let's go to the accessories. So you do get the axe, done a really nice gradient gray here and black. That will fit on his hand, although if he's dead, I don't think he's going to be fighting. But you can, I think this fits over the thumb if I remember correctly. Let's see. Might be one-sided too. Yeah, I think it only fits on this side, and I might be wrong about that, but there you go. Nice looking axe. You also get the gun done in this gray. It's really plain. This plastic, it just looks horrible. It's a very poorly done. It could have stand to have a coat of paint on it. It's a little bit of silver here, but it's bad. It's pretty bad. But that does work just like the original. You can fold it up, and that will store. Let's see. Can we even get it transformed? Should be able to. There you go. So it folds up like this. And actually back in the day, again, if you don't remember, this would store, I think like this. Yeah. And then it would stick through like that. So you could store it in his backpack. It also stores in the trailer, which we'll look at next. And this will just peg it to his hand. By the way, this is one of the very first figures ever that I reviewed on this channel, was MP-10. So that's actually what got me into YouTube and doing reviews. So it's kind of nostalgic, but there's his gun. Pretty bad gun, to be honest. And then let's bring in the trailer. It's done in this translucent plastic. I love this. I think it's brilliant the way they did it. Translucent plastic. It still has the blue paint for the stripe, the red for the Autobot logo. It has like a rubbery plastic for the tires, so it's still kind of like rubber, but not quite. You get all the same features. You get the little stands on the front. You get these fold-out stands with the gimmick where it comes out. So that's done in translucent blue and clear plastic. Here's the front. All that looks nice. You can still open up the doors. By the way, we have translucent lights back here as well. Translucent gray for the bottom. Open this up, we can open this up, and we get that nice bed. You can pull out the ramp, which you can use with this guy. So we get a nice translucent gray roller, got a little red light on top. He does still have the switching gimmick where you can flop this open, flip this around, and then he can tow the trailer if you wanted to. Little gas can there. So if you want to tow the trailer, you can get him attached right here on this. And there you go. There's Roller pulling the dead trailer. Last but not least, you get a little minifigure of Spike, done in translucent, that same translucent gray. It's really actually quite nice. A lot of times these translucent minifigures are really shitty quality, and this one's actually pretty good and everything works. It does still articulate. You can, of course, put him in the roller figure here. You just get his legs bent and get him sitting, and he'll sit in there. Now, I don't know if he's dead too, because he's also gray, but let's get these down. You can also put him inside in a couple of spots, and this is all bringing back memories, but if you look in this trailer, there's a couple of spots right here. There's a little battle station you can sit at over there, or you can fold up this seat and you can sit over here on that side. Or, of course, you can open up the drone. And this is done with translucent red and blue plastic. I don't know why they chose that, but that's what they chose. You can sit him in there. Man, this really did a lot. And then you can close that up. And you got the little armature done in translucent gray and the little radar dish. And it'll extend up. This is all loose. Everything on this armature is loose. I mean, I kind of expect that for a KO, but It is a little bit on the loose side, but you can get it to work. All right, there's Sleep Mode Optimus sleeping on the trailer. And that looks pretty cool. It's a nice display option. He does come with this matrix. I just want to show you can kind of have the matrix chamber open. This all works the same way as the original. And this has always been a pain to get out of here. But your best bet is push on one side. That'll pop up the other side, and then you can grab it. And this is also a dead matrix. You can see there's no blue in there. It's just kind of clear. And it is still die cast, by the way. And for a quick comparison, there it is next to the original MP-10, which brings back a lot of memories for me. This is one of my first MP figures. I had MP-01 as well, but my wife bought me this. And she often asks me why I forget things all the time. And one of the reasons is the transformation for this guy is still in my head. So there's no space for other stuff. But anyway, you can see they did quite a bit of changes to the deco here. Not just the paint color, but they really went in deep. So for example, instead of doing chrome here, they did a kind of a black or gray wash on the grill instead of chrome. Same for the smokestacks, you've got a kind of gray black wash instead of chrome. For the eyes, they obviously just did it unpainted clear, so it looks dead, you know, because he's dead. This is actually molded into the plastic right here and then painted with a wash and a finish. So that was actually a little bit extra effort there. But yeah, really nice changes here on the deco. Even the glass, you know, instead of the translucent blue, they did a smoked gray. So pretty impressive the amount of changes they went through. And there he is next to a modern day Optimus. This is the Magic Square version. And what a way we've come since the days of MP-10 until now. But you can see, you know, this MP-10 still stands up as a pretty good Optimus Prime after all these years. But there you go for comparison. All right, now let's get this guy transformed into vehicle mode. You have probably seen the transformation for MP-10 1 billion times, so I'm going to do it off camera. We'll be right back. All right, and there he is in alt mode. It looks really good. Just the cab itself is painted beautifully. You got that nice weathered deco on the grille there. Also on the front bumper, you can see that wash and weathered look. All the paint looks really nice in this mode. The wheels are even weathered and decoed. I think these are, I don't know if they're rubber or plasticized or rubberized plastic. I think they're rubberized plastic because they don't feel like the original rubber tires. Mine are still intact, by the way, so I haven't had an issue with mine. But yeah, I really like the way this looks. It turned out really nice. Here's the back. He doesn't have any lights or anything, but it's dead Optimus anyway. Here's the bottom. Rolls very nicely. Everything works. This does plug in. It's a little bit tighter than the original, but you can get it plugged in there, and then he can roll with the trailer. And of course you can open up the trailer, do all the things I showed you earlier, but really nice alt mode. I really like how this turned out. So final recommendations on the KO MP-10S Sleep Mode Optimus Prime. And before you ask, yes, this took a very long time to set up, but I'm going to give this a 4 to 5. I'm going to recommend it. This is a pretty darn good KO. The quality of it is better than I expected. You know, I didn't really have any issues. There was a couple loose screws like the head and the shoulder, but just a quick tightening of that fixed that. The paint job is actually well done, even for a KO, even for like a official figure. It's well applied. I don't have any missing paint. I don't have any sloppy paint. So that's kind of a surprise. The accessories, you get everything you got with MP-10, and they all work. They're all done, obviously, in the sleep mode colors, kind of that translucent look. But they all work, and they're all pretty good. And let's put up that image from the movie. It really did capture the colors from that scene. You know, they got pretty close. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn close to what you would want if you're trying to display this scene in your collection. Now, shout out to Miller Time, the #1 enabler, for pointing this out to me on UncleBillyShop.com. That's where I bought this. I don't know if they have any there, but at the time of this review, I did check. I also checked some other Chinese stores, and it was sold out everywhere else. So you might have a hard time finding this. So I would check there first. But I do recommend it. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.